No, I don't really do one player. 4-player is 1 player. Sure. Hi, bunny emote. I crashed the game without the help of a scavenger. You can see over that? This. Oh, got a triple. Beautiful. Okay, that'll get like everybody over there. And then by the time I'm done crossing this bridge, I can shoot another one and then they'll all be dead. The difference between the 3rd skill and the alternate 3rd skill is the default one. Wow, I want all of these items. The default one drops poison. The alternate one, instead of dropping poison, gives you some cooldown back based on how many enemies you hit with it. Also, I think does more damage. Four is harder than higher for longer, basically. Like, after like 10, 15, 20, you just have to beat the first level and then you're past the scaling. With 4, you actually have to, you know, like loop pretty much. You have to be able to do 4 levels with most runs. You have to like keep up with looting for a while. It's not just free. All right, I gotta click out, click back. Because the game crashed. Like 4, you just don't have a ridiculous number of items. The enemy spawns are still a lot like more. And I don't know. It seems kind of like you get less items in 4-player relative to like the scaling, basically, the enemies and everything, compared to 5 and beyond. Feels like they just give you more stuff. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, I mean, of course they didn't test more than 4-player. Only 4-player support exists. You need a mod to play 5-player multiplayer. So 4 is just like, it's a still balanced challenge. Because, like, mostly I just want more enemies more consistently. That's like, just more fun. Usually that makes it harder. I appreciate that. But I do enjoy a good, like, super impossible first level on the higher scaling things once in a while. Why did I take attack speed on Acrid? That is a worthless pickup, pretty much. I'm just too trained by everyone else. Yeah. Oh, man, I'm out of heckin' money. This is just more proof that the question is always, why do you have so many items and not why are there so many enemies? Like, this is perfectly normal, but this is not perfectly normal. Oh, I'm dead. Please don't laser me. I'm not currently dead, but like I don't have good regeneration here. Oh man, you heckin'. It's fine. Nope, nope. Yep, you got me. This is a good first item. I'll fill 4 infusions. Might not fill too many more than 4 infusions. But anyway, if you didn't read the chat answers, I can fill you in on why there's so much stuff going on. Rhynoc, thank you for the 38-month sub. No you to your no you. I missed. Okay. Apparently, hitting pots is difficult. Multitudes is the mod that I'm using. But money is bad without share sweep. So there they all are. me out. Okay, cool. I mean, you can use multitudes in multiplayer. I don't know how multiplayer with mods works. Some mods, you don't, like, clients can just join and it'll work. Some you can't. I don't know which ones are which. I haven't tried, but the answer is yes. And there is a mod that lets you play with people that don't have mods anyway, so probably works out somewhere along the line. Oh, I mean, I'm sure that you have to be host as well. That would only make sense. I missed the item. Wow, never lucky. It's a well-hidden lockbox. Can you guys chill? That had a lot more range than I expected it to. Oh, that's beautiful. Realistically speaking, I guess I shouldn't care too much about getting a lot of AP rounds on Acrid. No, they didn't fix the animation cancel yet. But in that case, there's not really a reason not to take it. There hasn't been a patch. They're probably just not going to fix it until the next, like, actual major patch, right? It's not like game breaking or a huge deal. Oh, rude. Yeah, but like, here's the thing. Acrid is not good at close range. Using your primary attack instead of just keeping your distance and using your other attacks is already a disadvantage. So sure, you can make it way better, but it's still like, why are you there? Like, you can be doing better elsewhere. That's why it's kind of probably relatively low priority. Okay, that one I deserved. Dang it. Yeah, I'm just gonna start this. No, not Clay, Dune Strider. There are like 4 of them. This is bad. I would always take Visions of Heresy on Acrid. I am getting some serious stutters right now. What is going on? Like, what is this? The game's still upset about what I did to it. I guess so. I hope this doesn't continue, though. At the moment, it is definitely continuing. It's still stuttering, but less badly. I don't know. We'll see next level. Hopefully it goes back to normal. I like how Stealth Kit still isn't implemented as, like, calculation. Like, it seems like it would be so easy. But it might not be, I guess. I don't know. It's still stuttering sometimes, but not as much. I don't know, it's just something that I guess we're stuck dealing with for this run. I'll restart my computer before next time I stream. Just, you know, hopefully it stops. Ah, Acrid is from Florida, you say? Dartarius, thank you for the 20-month sub, my friend. Thanks so much. Appreciate you sticking around. Okay, there's nothing down there. Ah, the void fields are Florida, and you're rescuing Acrid from Florida. I mean, I guess walking around in Florida probably does feel something like that. A damage over time effect. Sadly, this isn't good for Acrid. Poison ticks don't proc it, so you only get the one from the initial hit. If you want anything else done, you'll have to punch him in the face yourself. Right, to survive in Florida, you surround yourself in teddy bears. Now. Please assist me in acquiring more money. sure appreciate those really terrible enemies. I will die. Maybe I will not die. Alright, fine. Shrines of Chance don't like me today. And I don't like garbage enemies. Look at me go. Oh, look, a garbage enemy. How many of these do I have now? 4? That's pretty good. I'm out of money. Yeah, dudes with machine guns are just the wildlife. I haven't had hard light on Acrid. I don't know if it would give you 6 charges or just 3. Probably just 3, right? Seems less good. I can't see why it would be 6. Like, you know, 3 does make the most sense, because that's, or I guess 2, it would give 2 rather than 4. My money gain is so slow on this level. Take that crit. That was a just straight miss. They said they will probably not make poison kill enemies. They acknowledged that they would have to nerf it significantly, and that it's probably just fine this way, even though, you know, it's obviously not fun. Sure, it's strong and, like, functionally fine, but it's not satisfying. But as far as balance is concerned, their job is pretty much, like, it's done if they want it to be. So I think that they won't decide to make poison weaker but kill, and it'll be up to mods. And I don't know if anyone's made a mod that weakens it yet. I know there's poison kills, but it doesn't weaken it. It doesn't nerf it at all. I mean, pretty much everyone who has voiced an opinion that I have seen has said that they would prefer weaker lethal poison. Could be an alt skill. Yeah, that's a good approach to it. Have your strong non-lethal poison and your weaker lethal poison. And that follows the whole side grade thing. Because like then it's really just pick your style rather than pick the better one. I don't know what I did to make that happen, but I sure did. I think buff everything is the mindset that got Borderlands 2's numbers way too big. Okay, I don't feel so good. So I definitely see reasons to nerf things to keep the game more satisfying, basically. Make it feel reasonable. Like if you can accomplish the same thing in game balance, I don't really care which one, like which approach you use. I wouldn't say that. I think that a lot of the content that they're adding is making things harder, like, or at least the content itself is harder. It's just sometimes that content is not harder in good ways. Like the void fields, void planes, whatever they're called, is like, it's difficult, and in concept it's very cool, but it's like not really well balanced. But it's still more challenging. If you add it to your runs, your success rate will fall because it's harder. Scavengers are hard. That might have screwed me. We'll see. Partly because they aren't very well balanced. And like, it's all there. Like, the harder content is happening. But like, scavengers and void reavers, they're loop content, for example. You won't see them pretty much ever. Like later on when the... Oh boy, get me out of there. When the end game is in, like when you can beat the game, there'll be a lot less void reavers and scavengers that you see probably. As an example. Yeah, when they make scavengers fairer, they probably will still be difficult. That's definitely true. They'll still have lots of health. Some of their items definitely make them stronger and harder to deal with without being unfair. So they will still be hard content. Maybe they'll be able to appear on the last level as well, and then that'll be, you know, they won't be content that you just don't see. Same with Void Reavers. I would be pretty down to see them on whatever the last level is. You okay there, buddy? They nerfed this boss so much, though. It was too much before. Maybe it's too little now, though. I'm not really sure. I haven't, like... I'm willing to do this pretty much all the time now. Before I wasn't really willing to do it ever. So I feel like there's a little bit of an in-between point that they could add. And then it would be good. It would be better. Okay, where are you? Hello. Nope, that's not you. That's you. Dude, it's spinning too fast. This isn't the ride that I wanted to be on. Okay, everyone's way too mad up in here. Acrid destroys this nerd. Alright, 4 Aegis. It's like 200% of healing. His barrier, but I don't have a ton of healing yet, so for now it's probably fine. And by the time I beat the game, I'll probably still be fine. To be fair, it's supposed to be comparable to a red chest. That's true. It is. It, like, before it was, you don't get a red item on this level guaranteed because the boss is too hard. So the other level is just straight better. Because it will provide you with that guaranteed red item if you want it. You just gotta farm. Haha, stinky. And now this level is pretty much that as well. You know, fight it at the end of the level, you're probably feeling okay. I wanted to make sure, by the way. I'm not, like, too upset about that. I already have at least one of those, so it's not the end of the world. I mean, overloading worms are cool. They have, like, way more health than is reasonable, but... that's kind of fine. Like, you kind of... If one spawns, it's either late in the game, and it's, like, okay, or you made bad decisions knowing what could happen. So... It's like, I don't really mind the possibility of the overloading worm. Yeah, it is a little interesting that you can get magma worms but not overloading worms on this level as well. That could be an oversight. I missed the item. I think maybe we're done. Not quite. I'm too poor. No, I'm not. I don't know, it would be nice if they could appear in more than 2 stages. In the first game, once you looped, they started appearing on, like, every stage. No, it was the first 2 levels after looping that they could appear. And in this game, they can only appear in the 3rd and the 4th level. So it's like, it's the same thing, more or less, just like, you know, transposed elsewhere. It's like the same frequency, though they can't spawn on Siren, or not Siren's Call. Well, I mean, they can't spawn on Siren's Call or on Scorched Acres. So they can spawn on the primaries of the 1st, or the 3rd and 4th level, but not the alternates. Whereas in the first game, I think they could spawn in both versions, both variants of both maps, the 1st and 2nd. Could be misremembering. They might not have spawned on the one with the parents, not the fungal caverns, whatever it's called, the other one. They might not have spawned there. That's fine. Yeah, Titanic Plains would be fine for worms, but I also think that so would Distant Roost. Like, why not, right? we've got flaming worms on the snow stage. Well, and shocking worms on the snow stage, but still. Well, no, the magma worms couldn't, or overloading worms couldn't appear until you were looping. Like, period. In the first game. Magma worm could be the boss on the first stage, though. That happened all the time. And I guess also on the second stage, that could happen. All right, let's see if we're strong enough. Let's just go for it. I think that there's no way we're not because we're Acrid. Magma worms were a lot more annoying to fight in the first game for some characters, like as the first level boss. They messed you up really easily. Oh, I'm Malachite. It happens often in Prismatic Trials and isn't that bad? Well, you know. I've got like 12 healing per crit, and I crit like 90% of the time. So, oops. You. Yeah, people always ask about the elite worms in Prismatic Trials. And apparently that's just a thing. I don't know why that's a thing in Prismatic Trials and not in the regular game, but I'm not upset about it. But can you get elite? Can you get like actual elites other than like blazing and overloading? And do the overloading ones have the actual shield effect? Like, is it just blazing magma worm that you get, or can you get glacial magma worm, which makes no sense? Can that happen? Overloading magma worms do happen, and they heal and everything. They've got the shields. Not become lava worms. You're thinking too hard. Maybe they have an outer casing of some sort that is like the ground, and they thus can stay magma. As one example, one possibility. I mean, they're not flowing. They stayed together in one worm-shaped piece, right? They have horns on every segment? That's kind of sick. I like want to see these, since, you know, I don't do prismatic trials. I've never seen these elite worms. I wish to. Just look it up on Google. I'm sure I could, yeah. Yeah, there's an elite item for every type of elite. Celestine's the only one I haven't gotten a drop of, though. No, I think that the settings for prismatic trials are set. Like the difficulty is just whatever difficulty is selected for that prismatic trial. Because they want everyone to do the same run, right? So. Oh, rainstorm's not the end of the world. Nope, no Scorched Acres log, no Siren's Call log. Yeah, maybe one day they'll put them in the game. Tina, it's Mr. Torg. Put me in the game. All right, let's do it. my goodness. There's so many Grove Tendies here, and there goes their health bar. Wow, I got 2 little disciples out of 4 items. That's, like, really rare. I wonder how they keep their masks on. With floating magic. But I'm not a frog. Who am I really blue? Hello. How many chrono baubles do I have? Just 9. It's only 18 seconds. But yeah, the initial hits from the epidemic. Good for chrono bobbling.